Hey viewers, George here to do another first impression talking bit on You Have to Win This Game. It's a free-to-play game that I found on Steam that came out the other day? Yesterday? Must have been yesterday. And I saw it and I'm like, wow, this game looks like it'd be a little fun game, especially considering it's free, and you can never completely complain about a free game, well, to some extent. And so I download it, and I finally got a chance to play it. And this game is it's very fun. It's if you've ever played VVVV, is basically that game, with a few minor changes. You know, instead of being in space, it's very fantasy based. Instead of trying to get your crew numbers, you're trying to collect treasure, and you're trying to find these magic orbs that will, of course, make it easier for you to progress. So, like, they'll make certain blocks appear or whatever. And the other interesting thing is they make it look like a DOS game, right up to even the way that it's played. They've had the overlay, so like there's this older computer kind of on the outside that makes, and it also makes the screen kind of like bend a little bit. So it kind of gives that illusion like you're playing on an older computer. So it gives you like that complete immersion of a DOS game. But beyond that, it's basically VVVV. You know, if you die, you go back to your previous checkpoint that you passed, and things like that. And if trying to think if this game's harder than VVV or not, I might kind of say it's a teeny bit harder, only because right off the bat you can easily get yourself killed. Well, not so much right off the bat, but kind of off the bat you get yourself killed. I do like this game a little bit better than VVV, only because you get straight into the gameplay. There's no, like, you know, text that you have to go through and all that. But then again, it's also trying to represent a DOS game, and there's only so much memory they can, like, screw around with. But this game's a lot of fun. If you really love VVV, you'll love this. It isn't made by the same people, though. But it almost looks like it could have been. What else to talk about this game? The game, from what I can remember, is rather quiet. The music, there's not too much music-wise. You know, pings and pongs going on there. There's two difficulties. There's normal, and then there's hard, and then there's a DLC one, where you get only 9 lives to beat the game. Because you're playing as a cat. That's the fun part. So, I mean, there's a lot there for people who want challenge, who love VVVV, and are looking for more. This is definitely the place to go. It's free. I mean, you can't complain about that. Recommend everyone to try it. It's on Steam. You can download like a very small download, and it's a ton of fun. And I'm surprised I heard nothing about this game. I just saw it on Steam, and that was coming out. I was like, oh, cool, give it a try. Why the hell not? So, controls, use WASD, or you can use the spacebar to jump. And I think that about covers it. There isn't too much to talk about, really. It's a challenging game where you're trying to grab these things, and you know, you can die a lot in it. It's like one of those games where you have to constantly try. It's like a trial and error sort of thing. But it's really fun. It's very addictive. You know, you'll play it and you'll probably be sitting there for a while. And the fantasy element looks really nice to it. I can't get over the fact that it looks like a DOS game. I really love that. That's kind of nostalgic for me in the weirdest sense. But it looks like an old floppy DOS game, and that's really cool. The other key difference between this and VVV is this game doesn't explain anything to you. You just have to, you go into it, you have to find things on your own. It gives you a few instructions like, you know, these are dangerous. You have to collect these things. These path will take you to a roughly good area where we want you to go. But once it drops you down the pit, you're basically on your own. And, you know, VVV was obviously very story heavy. Well, as story heavy as a game like that can get. where you have to save your crew members. Whereas this game, you're just exploring, and that's really fun. That's once again very reminiscent of a lot of DOS games, where they give you very little to work off of. But I mean, they're being generous to tell you what's dangerous, and what's good to collect. Yeah, but beyond that, fun game, worth the download, worth giving it a try, worth playing, and with that all said and done, until next time, keep on gaming.